We've been a leader in banking for more than 100 years. You'll find us here, at home, on your phone, and everywhere you go. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Sponsored by Renaissance Bank.
Good morning, Northeast Mississippi. This is Newsbreak for Tuesday, April 11th. I'm Brad Locke. Thanks for joining us. You can catch Newsbreak each weekday at 7 a.m. Watch it at djournal.com, Facebook, YouTube, or the Daily Journal's mobile apps for Apple and Android devices. Going to take a quick look at news, sports, and weather for Northeast Mississippi, and we'll start with the Weather Underground forecast for today. Going to have some thunderstorms, more than likely a high of 76, low of 56. The chance of rain is 60%. The 3-day outlook: Wednesday, partly cloudy skies, high of 79. Low of 56, just a 10% chance of rain. Partly cloudy as well on Thursday, a high of 83, a low of 59, and the warming trend continues Friday, partly cloudy, high of 85, low of 59, and a 10% chance of rain. Let's take a look now at some of the top stories from the Daily Journal and djournal.com on this Tuesday. A man is facing felony charges after bringing a gun onto the campus of Shannon High School and flashing it at the principal. Lee County Sheriff Jim Johnson said the man was upset that a student who was a family member had been removed from class to appear in Lee County Youth Court. Now, his name is not being released at this time in order to protect the identity of the juvenile. Johnson said after the student left campus to make a scheduled appearance in court, the suspect showed up and went into Principal Bill Rosenthal's office. The man pulled back his coat and displayed a firearm and said he would use it to take care of the situation. Once the man learned the juvenile had been carried to the Lee County Justice Center, he left the campus. Rosenthal and Lee County Schools Superintendent Jimmy Weeks both called the sheriff, giving him the suspect's name and a description of his vehicle. The deputies intercepted the man before he could enter the Justice Center and recovered a .45 caliber Glock from the vehicle. Johnson said the man could be charged with aggravated assault, possession of a weapon on school property. Now, the suspect claimed he worked for the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, and so he might also be charged with impersonating an officer, which is a federal offense. The Starkville Police Department will soon be able to move into its new home. A 9-month, $4.48 million project to convert the former City Hall on East Lampkin Street into a standalone police department is on schedule to be completed next month. The building, which was built around 1940 as a National Guard armory and later housed City Hall, was gutted inside. The exterior, however, will maintain its Art Modern style. To keep costs down, some things had to be cut while others were scaled back through value engineering. But the centerpiece of the building will still be the briefing room on the former stage of the old gymnatorium. The building will retain a strong sense of history with the upstairs corridors open to the vaulted ceiling, but it's being wired to handle the latest technology with room for expansion. The police department started sharing space in City Hall in 1968, and when the city administration moved to the new City Hall in 2015, it left the old building for the police to expand. The renovation will triple the department's space. To fund the project, the Starkville Board of Aldermen issued $5.4 million in bonds. Students at Tupelo's Lawndale Elementary School will soon spend time tending to plants in the school's new greenhouse. The greenhouse is expected to be ready in August, and it is funded by a combination of grant money from the Born or Be Wild Fitness Challenge and Toyota Wellspring funds. The greenhouse is part of Lawndale's participation in the Tupelo Public School District's Growing Healthy Waves program. That program promotes healthy eating habits in Tupelo schools by providing nutrition education and bringing healthy and locally sourced fruits and vegetables into school cafeterias. The program has already established 9 gardens across the district. Program volunteer Donna Loden said building the greenhouse was a logical next step. Students work in the gardens during the school day, and teachers blend gardening with other subjects to create engaging lessons for students. And in sports, longtime New Albany basketball coach John Stroud has announced his retirement. Stroud has coached for 32 years at the high school, community college, and college levels. He spent 16 years over 2 stints at New Albany, where he coached both the boys and girls teams. Stroud led the boys to back-to-back state championships in 1986 and 87. After leaving the school, he later returned to coach the girls, leading them to a state title in 2011. The Union County native was a 6'7" All-State player for West Union, then became an All-SEC performer for Ole Miss. He scored 2,328 career points with the Rebels, which is third best all-time in the conference. Stroud later played briefly with the Houston Rockets in the NBA. Stroud also coached at East Mississippi Community College for 2 years, the University of Alabama for 1 year, and Millsaps for 13 years. And for his play on the court, Stroud was inducted into the Mississippi Sports Hall of Fame in 2009. That's it for Newsbreak on this Tuesday. We do want to remind you to check out a webcast that we produce here at the Daily Journal, Capitol View with Bobby Harrison, our Capitol Bureau Chief, coming to you every Monday live at djournal.com around 2 p.m. And if you don't catch it live, just watch the replay later in the day. On this week's episode, we talked about the latest with the revenue collections. They were up in March for the first time in a while. Now, all the stories I talked about today you can find in your Daily Journal or at djournal.com. We're on Twitter at djournalnow. Give our Facebook page a like as well. That's it for Newsbreak on this Tuesday. I'm Brad Locke. We'll see you next time.